Big time halos on that thing, man. Yeah, some pretty big hailers we got developing near just to the south of Abilene, Texas. We got some hailers. They have became severe warned. I think just inch hail. 6 mile an hour wind gusts too. Don't forget about the wind. This event, the wind will be ramping up. We're not really, for a tornadic threat. We're not really focused on anything up in the north central area right in here. We're not really focused on this. This right here. We're really focused on, let me see if I can play some motion. All this is just going to be your hailers, your big, why is it so laggy? The big hailers. We're really focused about anything that develops on the tail end of this storm system that can come through the bottom. We'll have our greatest chance of a tornado threat, but looking through some of these cyclone ports, it looks very hazy out there. I don't know how much that could hinder our tornado threat, but we'll just have to see. All these are just, there's no instability really nosing up there, so it's just really your big time halos. You see that big purple hail core you got. So yeah, that storm is, it's probably gonna show some. It's not even showing any velocity on radar. I'll say it could show some cruddy velocity scans just because of the hail, but not really seeing anything. This is our overall risk for today. We got slight risk down in Texas. And we got a marginal risk that change colors. Then we got a marginal risk that kind of expands on the outside all the way up into Mississippi. I really don't have it. And all this is in bright green for a 2% hatch. No, that's a hatch. 2% risk for a 2% risk of severe weather or of tornadoes. Very marginal risk, but it's not zero. We did have a tornado warning earlier in Jackson, just a little QLCS. This is really just a, all this really is just a Bowen segment. This is really just becoming a major wind. It's just becoming a wind threat. This is, I mean, there's pretty much no, besides a little spin up tornado, there's nothing, there's no really discrete cells. You can get some embedded kinks on the line, but you're not going to see any like big time tornado threat. I don't think here for the overnight hours. But once we get into tomorrow and storms can refire in the daytime heating, I do see another decent threat for some tornado chance. And let's tell the people over in here to get their radar sights fixed, because that's no good. Can't see anything, but see all these little jelly beans starting to pop up. We got one, some of them right in here. We really got to watch these overnight. Right in here. Some of these beans can do some, never give up on the conditional threats in the winter. They can do really weird things, but your overall setup is we got some winds cranking, or you get your shear going like that direction, and across, it's gonna sweep across the southeast. And you got hot Gulf of Mexico moisture getting pulled up into this region, which is giving all these, which is providing all these storms. And then you got a little surge of cold air coming down, like right. We'll go blue. It's a surge of cold air coming through right in here. So all this should get snow up into central Oklahoma and north Texas. We'll be getting hit with some snow. But yeah, I mean, setup's not. I really don't see a big threat. Maybe Monday. Monday might be like the best chance for like a legitimate tornado to see, but I still don't think it's. There's just so many things that in the winters. There's so many things that gotta line up, and there's. See how Abilene. If these had the right ingredients, oh my god, these would blow up. Cause you can, I mean, they don't pose a tornado threat just because the way they're elevated. But look, you can see, and there's a little jelly bean right here, nosing out. It's got a dangly bit. It's just elevated storms though. No lower level rotation on it. I want to look at the storm just north of Bluffkin. If any of these are getting their act together. It's a radar hole. Let me see if I can get a better view on my other radar scan. Let me see. Let me go to radar scope. Where was it? Where was that storm at? Like near Waco. Let me go Texas. The guy, there's just no good radar coverage over here, man. Can Houston pick it up? Let me see. Maybe, let me see. It's just hard to tell. It's just dead as the doornail right in there. But you can see even on the radar scope, you can see there's some cells trying to fire up from Houston, squirt up in Louisiana, and they're gonna track to Mars path. I'm really watching, right up in here, especially if some storms can get going and slide into this Vicksburg, Yazoo City area. Really at one of the bullseyes, which is not a good thing because Yazoo City and Vicksburg do not need to get hit by anything else. If you know about last year was pretty rough riding for them. Look at that hail core. So you got, your pinks, it's your hail, your reds, that's just heavier rain. But when you see like pink and like, if it gets really strong, you see like almost like black specks, that's your hail core. Let's go look at the other hail. See, like that's a hail field. It's all hail. I mean, it's probably like nickels, peas, pennies, nothing big. But you get a tight hail core, like a tight ball on the radar scan, and you'll know that thing's dumping some massive hail. Then we can also get on this other one. Let me get on my other. Let me get on my other radar app. You can see it better on here. And you can also see on this radar app. Sorry, I was yawning. You can see better on this app how tall these storms are. See, there's a little the yellow getting started. And you can see once you get into the yellows, they're looking at 40,000 feet in the air. That means it's a really powerful storm. Like that's a tall storm, and that's a tail end, Charlotte. We need to be watching this carefully for a tornado threat right here. This bean right here. This area right here. That's it's a tall storm right there. Let me see if it's rotating. Yeah, you can see it's trying to. See the little reds. That's where I'm looking right in there. So far, nothing yet. It's just one of those. Keep your head up for those, because watch storm motion. These storms are squirting, kind of. They're going kind of like this. Like they look like they're going north now, but they're just going to continue to kind of sag south and east. I mean, oh, they're going to keep going northeast, but they're going to continue to just drift east. They're not going to keep. They're not just going to stay on this same path like way up. They're going to gradually slide east. And these tail end Charlies are known for having a decent, somewhat of a tornado threat, so we got to be careful. I'd say y'all watch out. It's a beautiful looking storm. I bet that thing, if that thing was in daytime, I bet this storm looks amazing. Look at that, as your classic supercell. Got a freaking jelly bean size of. Look at that thing. That, I think I can 360 this. Hold on. Now look at this. Look at this storm, guys. How do I turn it? There's a way to turn it, but you can just see how tall that thing is. Gotta watch this area closely. Trying to see if something's trying to come together right in there. Gotta pay attention to these next few radar scans. It's officially 12 o'clock. Still watching this right in here. Yeah, they did just get a special weather statement. A little rotation there. Kind of hard to pick it out. Bad radar spot. Now up to your north, we just got what we like to call. Once we get up north, we get what you like to call a big old blob of rojo rain, wet, cold rain. This line is going to slowly die out as it starts to lose energy through the night, but it will ramp back up tomorrow with the daytime. This is all going to fizzle out. Let me check the SPC. They might have updated it. Hold on. Yeah, so they got tomorrow's update. They got all of. So they expanded the tornado threat down into the Gulf. So your new tornado threat is all this. Let me sketch it out how they got it. They got it like this. No. We got it just like this. You got it's a 5% tornado risk. And then you got this one goes way around it. They made sure they got everything. This is your 2% tornado risk. And then you got your slight risk. There is a slight risk. You're right in here. I went ahead and expanded this slight risk to right in here. Cuts off just east of Birmingham. Just east and south of Birmingham, like Tuscaloosa. It's interesting. So they did add the coast. Surprised they had that 2% going all the way to Birmingham. They're the hatch risk for hail extending from Austin, Texas, Waco regions all the way up into Jackson, Mississippi, just almost to the coast of the Mississippi-Alabama border. I don't see it being a big threat as far. The more it moves east, I see it becoming less bad of hell. But once it's in the Louisiana, Texas, far west Mississippi area, yes, I do see a decent hell threat. And we also, let's see if they updated the A2.